everybody, it's Michael Tiny Saul. Tonight's video will be further management of the watch list that we created for the week of March 28th, 2011, plus 4 more stocks to look at. 3 of them are ones that I found, and one of them was a request from one of the followers. So you can always email me, and I will take a look at a stock or a currency or even a future if I can get it on my charts, and I will do the analysis to the best of my ability. It's not a recommendation. I'm just doing the technical analysis. I'll tell you my interpretation of what the chart says. My email is tinymjs@gmail.com. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/tinymjs, and you can view my blog at www.tinystmv.blogspot.com. Let's take a look at CRE. Looks a little messy here because I put the Fibonacci grid on it, but the reason I did that is I wanted to take a look at the 60-minute chart, and I wanted to do a fib grid from the gap to the low. Okay, this is where we closed, and then we had that big impulse down last week, and then this was the low. And as you can see, it's been correcting on the way up, and it fell just shy of the 78.6% retracement. That's the level I'm going to watch, 47.64. And for those of you who this is your first video with me, or you haven't watched anything else that I've done, I don't use these levels as absolute levels. I want to see what we do in that zone. Do we reverse, set up a small pattern on a smaller time frame, even a Japanese candlestick reversal? But that's the level I'm going to watch to see if we get a reversal. If we rip right through there, then that's it. I'm going to let the trade go and not look for an entry. We have not entered this yet. We've just been watching it over the past several days. MetaFast. Okay, MetaFast still not really doing much. Still going to watch that 20 EMA. And just a reminder, and I talked about this in yesterday's video, I'm not looking to short it at the 20 EMA. I'm looking for that 20 EMA to hold and for a reversal bar to form or reversal pattern, and then I'll consider looking at it on the short side. Okay, Prudential should be stopped out by now, break even if it didn't happen on Tuesday. Wednesday took care of that, so I think it was more than likely stopped out on Tuesday at a break even, so that's gone. That's off the list. Monsanto also off the list. I think it was stopped out on Tuesday anyway. It had the nice push down. Stops were moved to break even, and then maybe some profits were booked, but more than likely it was stopped out break even or for a very small gain. SLV, still in wait and see mode here. I still think it can push a little bit higher, and then I'm going to be watching that for a potential short side opportunity. Sears Holding, okay, a nice rip to the upside here. This was stopped out on Tuesday break even after it traded lower. We talked about moving stops, and then it broke, and then it stopped out break even. But the reason that I still have this chart up is I want to show you why sometimes a push is better than a shove. Right? I love people, I'd rather lose than stop out break even. Well, really? Well, you know what? Try stopping out, breaking even, pretending you lose, and then send me all that money you would have lost, okay? And I'll spend it for you. All right? So this is what happens, and this is why stops are critical, because this is a nice big move, and there was no effect on it because of the break-even stop. FFIV, I still like this pattern, but I was still in wait-and-see mode. I didn't think that this was enough time. And then after it already moved on Monday, I was like, oh, looks like we missed it. But now, hey, no problem. And I still like this for a potential short. I want to see what it does at the 20 EMA. If it gets through that, the underside of the 200-day moving average would be my next target to watch for a potential reversal. But it may set up something right here on the 20. So just pay attention to that. UIS still open because it didn't get back to the entry. Okay, the entry was 32.09 and it got up to 32. So stops are still break even on that one. OIH should be gone now. Traded higher, opened up higher, but then traded down. So trailing stop should have got it taken out. This was a nice gainer. Overall, half off on this big bar when it retested the first target, and then obviously, if you're going to be using a trailing stop of anything, this got down enough into Tuesday's body that more than likely a trailing stop on the rest would have taken out. So that was a nice one. Let's look at some new stocks. The first is going to be ANR. ANR is in what I call a mini coil. Okay, not a pennant technically. It's more of a mini coil, and I like the way that we had this base here, and then we broke out above it, and now we're pausing. First target, if we get confirmation, would be 63.74. So I'm watching for a break of the high with a stop below the low. Okay, so the high is 6, so it will be a 60.30 for entry with like a 58.74 stop, 79. So you can go a penny, but you can give it a couple of cents too. So you're looking at about $1.60 here on a stop loss. So if it breaks and it meanders around during the day and you're an intraday trader, then look to move stops quicker. Okay, but as this moves, you want to lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. Okay. Maybe it'll go right up to the gap, and yay, that's the first target. It'll be nice profits, right? But if not, even if it goes 70 cents, 80 cents, something like that, what's wrong with locking in a stop there? Right? Who wants to turn a winner into a loser? All right, so that's A&R. BTU, okay, in a similar type of pattern. Okay, you could scrunch it up here. You could see that it's not at all-time highs. It's actually more than likely at a Fibonacci retracement. Let's see where this one is. Fib retracement lines. There it is. There it is. Yep, there it is. Right at the 78.6. So if we can rip above this, okay, the target would be these highs back in, looks like July of '08. Let's see. Yeah, July of '08, looks like July 1st or whatever it is, till the end of June. End of June of 2008. That would be the target if we could get above these current highs. Okay, let's squish it up here and watch it. See if it can get some mojo going. Okay, these are the kind of patterns that can oftentimes lead to big moves. Okay, they're called mini coils, dynamite triangles, whatever you want to call them. All right, so watch this one here. And finally, let's talk about HRZ. HRZ was, like I said, a write-in. Somebody wanted me to do analysis on this, and I mean this is an ugly stock. Okay, it had a lower high double top and just totally lost it. Big gap down with a lot of volume. Okay, let's pull up some volume here and take a look. Okay, you can see monster volume here. I mean, looks like way bigger than anything this stock. No, well, not way bigger than back here, but still bigger. Okay, just a ton of shares, and then another day of big volume, and the stock lost nearly 20% from where it closed on Tuesday. So, I mean, the note that was written to me by the one subscriber to the videos, he told me that he was reading or he had heard that this stock may want to go back up to $2, I think is what he was saying. I don't know, and I'm honest, okay? I'm not going to sit here and try to do some really thorough analysis on a stock that to me looks like it has downside momentum, and unless there's news counteracting whatever this news was and the stock just flies, to me, it looks like what will happen here is a low volume rise to set up a continuation and then continue downside. And that, in my opinion, would be one of the better case scenarios. This thing could just keep losing it on the way down. But I mean, I don't see anything. I don't see a buying opportunity here as far as the charts are concerned. This was very ugly. So the best I can say is just be real careful with this one. Obviously, with the volume, it's under the microscope now, and it's going to be on a lot of traders' watch lists, and it may get some nice intraday movement. So let's take a look at I didn't even look at the 5-minute chart. So let's see. I mean, nothing really on Wednesday, and then on Tuesday it was the gap down and then the continuation, but then it chopped around. So, I'm sorry I couldn't do a better analysis on this one. I just don't really have a strong opinion here, except that this was very ugly and that this is the kind of stock that I would just stay away from personally. But that doesn't mean that you have to, and it doesn't mean that that situation is right for you. Okay, so, but to me, it just looks really ugly with a lot of volume. And like I said, maybe without news, maybe you could get a little bit of a bounce here on light volume before it continues down. Okay. So I hope that helped. And thank you very much for everybody for watching the video. Please click the thumbs up button underneath and leave comments, and send me an email if you want with some suggestions on what you want to see in the video, stocks, like I said, currencies, futures, and I will do my best to try to accommodate you. I'll do another video tomorrow. Best of luck in your trading on Thursday.